Hello guys and welcome back to a new episode. Today we will be looking at a Rahilda build. So Rahilda is specifically designed for alchemy and arena only, so you can't find this in paper unfortunately. That is a shame because it is a very cool design. So Rahilda is a flipping werewolf and she says, first strike, when she deals damage to a player, exile a non-land card from their library at random. During any turn you attacked with a wolf or werewolf, you may cast that card and you may spend mana as though it's mana of any colour to cast that spell. So it's essentially Rob of the Rich on a legend, which is pretty awesome. And then if you manage to flip her into the Feral Outlaw version, whenever she deals damage to a player, exile a non-land card. And basically exactly the same clause, but obviously because she has double strike, this will be going off twice. So it's very, very powerful, getting 1 to 2 cards from your opponent's deck. Even though the random is still card advantage straight up in red, which is very cool. Only downside with this kind of general is this is a kill on sight commander, and it will be dying left, right and centre. So it's kind of hit and miss. Sometimes you do really well, sometimes you do terrible, and if they keep killing it over and over again before you can swing in, it does feel pretty bad. But let's look at the deck list anyway to see what we can do to try and help her out. So some things I've tried to do is put in a few cards that give her haste, and that's going to be super important because getting rid of summoning sickness is going to be very important. Swinging in the turn that she comes down is going to be the difference between winning and losing. So Footfall Crater, you've got Goblin Motivator, which gives another creature haste. And there's also Axguard Cavalry, which can give her haste as well. So there are a few ideas to get you going. And that's the thing about mono red, isn't it? It doesn't do very well in the late game. So I've included some cards which should be able to help, like Chaos Wand, being able to cast spells from your opponent's decks as well. So it fits the flavour and the theme. And also Cosmos Elixir to gain a bit of life and a bit of card advantage later into the game. So why don't you give me a like and a sub if you like where I'm going with the direction of the deck. The description will hold the deck list. Find me after the gameplay to see what I thought overall of how the games went. But yeah, let's get into the games. Okay, we get to go first against a ninja build. I'm presuming it's ninjas, but I've been wrong before. Could be more of a control shell. But it draws a lot of cards, either way. Frostbite could be nice to get rid of one of the early blockers as well. I think I want to start with the Armed Scavenger though, because they might have something like a Fatal Push. Thieves Guild Enforcer, okay. Mills us for 2. Damn, some great cards are milled. So if Scavenger survives, we're going to get some decent value here. Flash +2. So something, obviously, Rahilda has first strike. So any of these is pretty good. Let's go for the Dueling Rapier. So this has Flash. It's pretty awesome. So let's swing in. Keeping this guy alive could be kind of important, right? So let's see if we can flash this in to deal a couple more points of damage. It could have a removal spell, but that means that Rahilda does last a bit longer. They left 2 mana up for a reason. What is that reason? I'm going to pass the turns. Too suspicious. Soaring Thought Thief. So 3 damage, 3 damage. Let's kill the Guild Enforcer here before they mill us. So it's a rogue's kind of mill sub-theme, interestingly enough. Yeah, I think Thieves Guild Enforcer was more important of the card here because she can become +2/+1 Death Touch. Oof, some great cards here. Let's go for the flying this time. A Braid, fantastic card. So you can play this until end of turn. Let's swing in for 4. Don't know if we're going to even need the Rahilda here. So I definitely want to get the advantage from this ability. This is crazy. And then I guess we're going to have to try Rahilda. Let's hopefully... Okay, if they don't wash away. They could have a board wipe though, which is something that would be sad. Let's try and kill the Thought Thief. Interesting. No priority was held, so they didn't have any responses. Yeah, sometimes just a couple of things is enough to win the game. But yeah, that's testament to how powerful this Armed Scavenger is. I kind of think I think he's probably a bit too broken, to be honest. Basically, draw a card every turn in red. Don't know what to think about that. Good thing it's just an alchemy. Okay, so opponent goes first with Nethroy. We have somewhat of a good hand here because we have a couple of removal pieces and the Tome of Legends to give us a bit of advantage once we cast Rahilda and Rahilda attacks. And yeah, we're facing an Apex of Death, Abzan Reanimator, Shell. So they might have a few ways to put stuff into the yard and then get them out of the yard. If they choose to start the game, that is. Lair of the Hydra is proving to be quite an annoying card these days. It's very powerful indeed. Green and green. So double green. I doubt they're going to have a removal spell here. If they do, then obviously I don't know the game very well. Obviously in their turn they could just play black, red. Sorry, black or white and then just prove me wrong completely, but... Grizzly Salvage, okay. Oh, this taps for green and black, doesn't it? Right, okay. Yeah, my bad. For some reason I just saw the green at the top there and thought that's what it tapped for, but of course it taps for black at the bottom of the card. There's a lot of formatting of these cards recently which is starting to confuse me a bit. There's a new tap land which comes in and it only taps for one colour, which made me think, well, that's a bit strange. So we have to be careful. They've got a Shire on the graveyard, which means next turn they can res it because they've got the Unburial Rights. That was a really good Grizzly Salvage they hit, to be honest. A Shire is going to be pretty annoying to get rid of. Anything with high toughness versus our deck. So Rahilda now has double strike because they didn't cast a spell. That is interesting. Do they have a kill spell? Wowzers. We're going to get 2 triggers off this guy. Burning Rune Demon. And Toski. Okay. Let's go for the Ornithopter, and that means next turn we'll have access to 3, 4, 5 mana. Toski would be pretty cool. But right now, having the double strike 2/2 is pretty sick. So this could be in a Shire, we see. Do you know what? I actually kind of want them to play a Shire. Oh, Pelucanos. This is interesting. So, let's read this. If damage would be dealt to it, prevent it and remove that many counters. Okay. We can do some tricks here, though. We can do some tricks. So we've got we've got double strike. So what we will do is we'll take this down to a 3. I guess we don't have to be tricksy. We'll just do it now, right? The only downside is if they Unburial Rights this back, we're going to have some issues. And annoyingly we had to flip it back down, but first strike is still valuable. What I was alluding to earlier is if they blocked with the Pelucanos, we could have taken it down to 3 toughness or something, and then we could have just done the first strike damage on top. Nethroy is coming out to play. That does make things kind of awkward. So yeah, let's just get all the cards out of our hand and then prepare later to see what we can try and do about this Nethroy, but for now we're just going to have to pass. Exiling the Pelucanos was really important there. Obviously that came with the Scorching Dragonfire effect. But they still have the Ashaya. Now we don't have any burn spells in hand. It's kind of dodgy. Ooh, 7/7 lifelink. Pretty brutal. And whenever it mutates, it resurrects something else. This could be it for us. Okay, so let's just take that. Not much we can really do. Something with flying? I guess first strike. That'll have to do for now. Is it a land? That's a land as well. So we could field the Ashaya? I think that's the best thing to do here. I think I've done this before in an old video that felt pretty good. Yeah, not a lot of people realise you can do that. Which means Field of Ruin is even better than anticipated. 7/7 Death Touch, Lifelink Reach, okay. Opponent here thinking long and hard about which basic they want to get. Let's hope they don't have any more mutate creatures, because that's going to get annoying. Please don't be salty. Okay. So next thing, swing in. We've got access to a lot of cool cards here. See what else we get. Some kind of removal spell would be good. Oh wow, Elspeth Conquers Death. That's pretty insane, right? I literally talked that up. Wowzers. Exile as well. That's incredible. So that means even the spider that was underneath it's exiled. Perfect, because it's treated as an entire stack of creatures. So in theory, if Nethroy was a regular creature, that would be exiled. It would be exiled with anything else it's mutated with. Death's Oasis. Okay, looks like we've bought ourselves a turn here. Hard to believe that they don't have any removal spells so far. I mean, this is quite unlucky of them. In all the other games that I've tested in today, my Rahilda didn't last very long at all. Hexproof is going to be good. Wow, and also that's really good versus Nethroy because it has Death Touch. And the Mirror Shield says, whenever a creature with Death Touch blocks or blocks by this creature, destroy that. That is awesome. Let's play the land. Get rid of this. And let's do some swingage. I mean, I'd like to play something... Wow, Chupacabra as well. But yeah, I think Mirror Shield is going to be mega important here. We don't have to equip that yet. 1, 2, 3, 4 mana. We could... Let's go for the Tusky. Having Indestructible is quite useful, and the fact that we can use it to draw more cards. Yeah, Rahilda here really showing the versatility of just swinging in, taking the opponent's random stuff. Also, don't forget that we have the ECD. Once this goes off, we can res one of our creatures back if it dies. So Shieldred, this is interesting. So we sack first. So we can sack the Armed Scavenger. Trigger on the stack, we still get something anyway. Let's go for the Goldvein pick. And then ECD returns it to play. Okay. So maybe I chose the wrong equipment there. Double strike. So Tusky has to attack. I think I'm going to draw a card with the Tome first. Sweltering Suns, that is definitely not going to happen here. We're not going to do that. Let's give the Goldvein pick. Give this to the Ornithopter. Give the Mirror Shield to the Rahilda, because that's our most valuable asset. So they're going to revive what? They're going to get Acolyte or the Ashaya back. This is really bad actually, because that means that they can also get back ECD. So giving this Hexproof is very important. So swing in. We'll get to draw one card at the very least. Could still block the Toski here. Yeah, shielded is definitely not what we wanted to see, unfortunately. Curse of Shaken Faith. That could be good to take them down a peg or two. Whenever they cast a spell after the first, they take 2 for each. Yeah, let's do that. So this has turned into a bit of a nightmare. Because obviously Praetors are just OP. So as expected, they do that, and they're probably going to get the ECD back because that's kind of the best card, and they'll probably go for the Toski. They can only get something that's CMC 3 or greater, so we don't have many choices, do we? We've basically got Toski they can get rid of, yeah. And now we're going to want to somehow get rid of all the other stuff, which is going to be very painful. Because every turn they're going to get something back. If they get Archfiend back, they get 5/5. Yeah, this is not good. Hemophage. So they're going to drain some life here as well. Swamp Walk, Death Touch. Making a sack. So I guess we're going to have to sack the Scavenger this time. I'd kind of like having the Flyer. Let's go for that one. Chaos Wand. What could that do for us here? They're just going to get back everything, aren't they? Maybe we just need to attack. They can just... but ECD's going to get shielded back either way. Let's go for the risky path then. Chaos Wand. So, I guess... How much mana do we have? We've got quite a few treasures. So I think we'll go for the Channeler here, because we need some sack fodder when Shieldred goes off. So here comes a Shire. Yeah, this is atrocious. Ah, that's not good. So Chaos Wand won't work now, so I should have actually done that in response to this trigger. Okay. Got a lot to contend with here. But I'm not giving up just yet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, yeah. We've messed up with the Chaos Wand quite badly. So let's draw a card with this then. Oh, this kills an artifact. But that, yeah, again, it's too expensive. Yeah, I think we'll just take the 6 for now. Down to 11. Yeah, I feel like I'm playing terribly now. There's just so many... Shieldred has basically won them the game, to be honest. Yeah, it's a shame. What can we really do? I think the only thing we can really do is pass a turn, Chaos Wand. There's just too many pieces at play here. That gets back that. Okay, so I guess our only hope is to Chaos Wand board wipe. That's if they have any. So they're going to swing with everything. Just 2 things. Okay, fair enough. Let's see what we get then. I mean, I guess at this point, 1 removal spell would be good. Well, there's the board wipe. So they're gaining some life here. Wipe the field. Oof, a Zoni comes down. So I'm going to use this to kill the Farmine vessel. Oh no, I cycled it by accident. Okay, fine. Oh, that's a shame. That's a real shame. So they're going to get a lot of insects, but we do have Sweltering Suns. Okay, so we can actually weirdly still be okay here. And if they manage to mutate, they're going to get back everything. So I think we're going to have to Sweltering Suns now. Yeah, that was a huge mistake, cycling that instead of destroying something. Damn. I'm sure one of you are going to comment about this in the comments below. That is a real shame. But, you know, we're still alive. We're still alive. We got this. That's it. Yeah, that gave them quite a few cards as well, somewhat annoying. Okay, so... yeah, we'll pass the turn. We've still got the Chaos Wand, which is pretty awesome. They have many creatures in the graveyard that they can resurrect. But they don't have to mutate target, do they? They're going to need a creature first. So here comes Nethroy. Now, against a blue deck, you want a Chaos Wand in response to them casting stuff. But if it's non-blue... ooh, Gem Razor. So we're definitely going to want to respond to this. But in order to guarantee this hit, 4, 5, 6, 7... I think I'm going to Dominance for 5, because I really do not want to lose the Chaos Wand here. And we'll put the Axguard Cavalry into play. That will give our Rahilda haste. Obviously, they still get the Gem Razor, but they will not get the trigger to destroy an artifact or enchantment, and that's important. Okay, so let's... so if we cast Rahilda, give her haste. You know what? I really don't want them to have Gem Razor, so... what do I do? What do I do? Okay, definitely play this. So I think I'm going to Chaos Wand now, in case we hit a single target removal spell. Whoa! We hit the Eerie Ultimatum. Wowzers. I mean, that's not bad. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. So, annoyingly, they're going to be able to... 6, 7, 8, 9... they're going to be able to mutate onto the Gem Razor, which means we're going to lose all of our awesome stuff. We didn't really hit something worthwhile there, did we? And I suppose we can go for the Rahilda either way. Four. Yeah, we didn't hit the flipping thing we needed, did we? We could Field of Ruin onto the lair. What's that going to do? Nothing. I feel like not killing the Firemind has really hindered me this game. +2, +0. First strike. 3. First strike. Give the Rahilda hexproof, I suppose. And then pass the turn for now. Yeah, that's a real shame. Ah, that was so... that could have been so much better. Getting the Eerie Ultimatum just wasn't that good, was it? So now they're going to get back everything, destroy an artifact or enchantment. Oh boy. They're probably going to get Shieldred, aren't they? Shieldred plus something else. Or Izoni. I think Shieldred or Shire is still the scariest. Or the Acolyte, I guess. As if that's enough. It's only 10 power, but how do they get all these then? That's 2, 0, 2. Wow, that's unbelievable. Okay. So it's not looking good. God damn it. And somehow they've managed to avoid this Curse of Shaken Faith so many times. They've just gained life after casting this. Doesn't seem so good against a deck that just casts one thing at a time. But this is definitely a testament to how good Exile is, right? Because you want to have Exile effects for all this kind of stuff. Interestingly, Axguard Cavalry gives any creature haste. Okay, so let's draw a card here. And yeah, let's go to our turn. So we sack something. Probably going to go for the Scavenger again. So that will be flashing in to deal +2. So that's 4. Not really sure what we can do anymore. We can tap the Channeler. See if that gets us anything good. 3 damage, 4 damage. Yeah, that could be useful. Or what can we do? Swing in. We've got all these cards open. Can we survive with any of those? Burning Rune Demon gives us 2 cards. Yeah, so the blocking with just the insect. Do we live if we just kill the Nethroy? And the shield, or the shield can reanimate. Okay, I think we definitely have to go for the Chupacabra at the very least. So this kills the Nethroy. Can't believe I'm not dead yet. And Shieldred can just return anything. That's kind of annoying, but we don't have... Let's just go for the Tutor, I guess. Take action. So how much life do they have? They've got 19. What's the best red card we have? Goodness knows. I think, weirdly, Shatter Skull Smashing. That can deal a lot of damage to 2 things. Oh, interesting. This is just all going horribly wrong. Okay. Sure, then. So what was the wording of this? You may search for 2 cards. If you do real with those cards, an opponent chooses one of them. Oh, an opponent chooses one of them. Oh, I see. I thought I chose one to go to the yard. Okay, that is my horrendous mistake in that case. Yep, sorry guys, I've made so many mistakes this game, and it's just backbreaking, to be honest. So that only drains for 2, but they do resurrect everything else in the yard. But they've only got 2, 3 things anyway, right? It's pretty OP when you consider that this is against a mono-red deck. But that's the randomizer for you. Rex Sage. Okay. What are they going to go for here then? The Curse? The Tome? The Mirror? Okay. That's interesting. So they've got kill spell? Wow. Okay, that's going to be very big. So, to be honest, anything they hit us with now is going to be pretty much lethal. So they've got 2 mana open with the Firemind Vessel. Let's draw with the Tome of Legends. This is the craziest game. Chandra, does that help? 1 damage to player planeswalker. I don't think it helps. So we sack something else. Probably get rid of the... I don't really know. Get the Motivator. I don't want to give them these demons back because they'll just be able to resurrect them again. So once again we can just Field of Ruin the Ashaya, although it says all of the things are land, so I could kill this Shieldred even. Do they have any reach? So that's got reach. Flippin' heck. Let's go for the Channeler. We need to just see what else we have here. Oh, I really, really wish this was the one that says creatures can't block this turn. Although saying that, we can kill 2 things with this, can't we? We can kill the Multani. That's 1 thing down. Then we can Field of Ruin the Shieldred. That's another thing down. This doesn't have Trample. Yeah, so in a way, Ashaya is actually helpful for us, because if we have any land kill effects, we've even got the Memorial to War, which can kill a land next turn. They can just reanimate though, can't they, with the Unburial Rites? Goodness me. Go for the Plundering Barbarian to kill the Firemind Vessel as well. Should have done this a long time ago. Okay, so they only had cycling mana left. Interesting. So can we survive another hit? Put the Gold Vein pick onto the demon. I don't think they have reach anymore. Do they have some kind of kill spell here? Obviously, they've got all the mana from the Ashaya as well, I just remembered. Because each creature taps as a forest would. If that hits them for 7, then they'll be down to 9. So they're pretty close to dying, aren't they? We just need to be very careful. Yeah, it's a real shame that Rahilda can't get through, because that's how she shines, right? That's how she... I don't know why they're taking so long on this decision here. What? I cannot believe I won that game. How? Why did they quit that? What am I not seeing here? 7 flying. Go over the top. We just fade another, you know, turn of attacks. As if I won that. I cannot believe... That's amazing. That feels pretty damn good. I mean, I don't know if they just got bored or something, but damn. I'll leave that to the viewers to decide. How did I win? I can't see... Do I have victory on board somewhere? Maybe I'm just a sick player. Right, so facing Nazal is going to be an interesting one. They're going to be mono blue control deck. And hopefully we can resolve any spells at all. If Nazal comes out, then it's pretty much game over. Because trying to kill a 7/7 in a red deck is pretty tough. 4, 5, 6, 7, they've got 6. So, 2 mana opens. Go for the Magda first. Be surprised if nothing happens to Magda. Wow. No bounce effects. That's interesting. Stone Rain. See if we can resolve a Rob of the Rich here. The Urza's Rage could be good because this can't be countered, and eventually this can technically kill them in one hit. See if we can resolve the Rahilda. That's interesting. They used the memory lapse on the Robber, but forgot about the Rahilda resolving, which is pretty problematic for red decks, especially if they just pass the turn. They can't even use Field of Ruin because it only hits non-basics. Entrancing Melody. Holy crap. Okay. That's bad. So we're going to have to kill our own Rahilda here, annoyingly. And because they put our creature to the top, obviously it means that we're 1 mana behind, because we didn't draw an extra land. Entrancing Melody is cheeky. Looks like the Magda's really keeping us in the game here. Okay, so I'm going to first try to Stone Rain the Crawling Barrens. If they counter it, then so be it, but that does mean they can't activate this. Supreme Will, okay. Wow, exiling that as well. I think I would have gone for the Magda there, given that we only have 3 lands. Fair enough. So far they've got a lot of efficient, very cheap mana, which is kind of crazy. So they can make this a 2/2, so if they do activate this in response, I'm just going to kill it with the Urza's Rage. See what they do. What are the odds that they're going to try and activate Crawling Barrens? Okay. Let's try and get the Maze Mind Tome out. Wow, this resolves. Okay, in that case, I think we should pass a turn. So they're making that into a 2/2. So they're almost at Nazal mana here. They're 1 mana off, which is always terrifying. Bone Crusher Giant could be good as well. Smashing Success, so this destroys an artifact or land. Let's see if they want to... Oh, you know what? I'm just going to attack first, because if they activate the Barons, I'm happy trading the Magda for this because, well, not trading per se. We still get a treasure. Torrential Gearhulk. Now notice the Smashing Success says destroy artifact or land. This is going to be very useful. Let's see what they do first. Resculpt. Are they just going to increase the power of my Magda here? Okay. Interesting choice. Yeah, it's a real shame we couldn't get to 5 treasures, because then we could have activated the ability of Magda there. But we do have 2 4/4s. It's tempting to use the treasures here, but I think I'm just going to pass the turn. Brawl's expertise, so we might as well use this for some mana in that case. So this takes him to 7. We do lose 2 4/4s, which is pretty abysmal. And I think I'm going to scry just to try and hit a land on top here. Faithless Looting doesn't quite cut it. But resolving a Hazard might just work. And let's use the looting now, because if we do it when Nazal's out, we do lose. We do give them a card. So let's get rid of the Eye of Vecna and the Sweltering Suns. And then now we can just attack. And unless they have a way to bounce the Hazoret, we just win by discarding a card on our next turn. So casting Nazal is not the solution to this problem. Oh my goodness, mass manipulation. Okay, so that is pretty annoying. As if they have a way to answer that. Okay, well, we do have the Urza's Rage, I suppose. But, tell you what, let's beat them with a Relic Robber. Show them who's boss with the Goblins. Solid victory there, I think. Hi guys, welcome back to the post-game review. So not going to lie, this was a lot of fun to use. And Rahilda has a lot of raw power just for 2 mana. If she can flip into the other side, getting 2 hits off the top of their opponent's deck is kind of ludicrous really, drawing 2 cards a turn essentially. You can only play them in the turn that they're werewolf or wolf attacks, so bear that in mind. But you could mitigate this by putting a lot more werewolves or wolves into the deck. The deck does struggle a lot against control, any blue or black decks, because just how good the counter magic is and removal. But I guess you could say that about any deck, couldn't you really? Having the lower curve is mega important as well, just because you want to be able to get your threats out a lot earlier than your opponent, and a lot of the 2-drops are more support cards, like, you know, removal spells, Lava Coil, Fire Prophecy, just to get rid of your opponent's creatures so you can swing in. So don't forget, you'll need a lot of these kind of interactive cards just to swing in and get the trigger. And if you're not swinging in, you're not operating at 100%. You can also use other types of cards to help you swing in, like unblockable effects, like we have the Access Tunnel here. That could be pretty effective late game. And this is a lot better than having something like Trample or Flying, because there's no way they can block this at all. And of course, things that give haste like Footfall Crater and Goblin Motivator are super useful in this kind of deck, so make sure to keep haste enablers in here. As more cards come out, you'll find more ways to give haste, and there are a few unusual ways to give haste. Like if you look at Zariel, Zariel has a +1, it gives all your creatures +1/+0 and haste till end of turn. So if you've got Zariel out and then cast the Rahilda, that is effectively the same as giving it, you know, haste every turn, even if Rahilda dies. So that's very important. But yeah, don't forget, if you like the look of this deck, check out my other decks on my Moxfield account. And yeah, stay tuned for more videos in the future, guys. Until next time, bye. If you enjoyed watching this video, why not try some of my other videos on my channel? And don't forget to support me by hitting the like and subscribe button for more content like this.